Aquarius, I'm just going to say this right out of the gates. This message will not be for everyone, and it may be for you, but not at this moment. It may be something that you need to come back to in time, or watch in segments, or pause here and there. What I'm getting is actually a little bit on the more serious side, a little bit dark, but not in a way that should be scary. I mean, this is for your highest good and the highest good of all. And I do feel like there is going to be something beautiful that comes through that you should know and keep in mind. But it feels to me like this is your energy too. You're looking out at a situation or out at the world, and you're seeing things that are disturbing you. And this disturbance is part, or your awareness of this energy and how it disturbs you is part of your path. In other words, there's something that you're transmuting in this energy that you dislike or that bothers you, even if you're at a distance from it. It could be something going on in the world that you're seeing that is really making you feel strange about the current state of affairs in our world. It could be something with a family member that you're witnessing. It could just be this underlying energy you're picking up on. It feels like there's this weight that's kind of weighing down. I believe when I'm recording this today, I think Saturn and Neptune are squared, which is a harsh aspect. And I did get something about Saturn and the need to soften. So I feel like Saturn is coming through with a lot of messages for the collective, but I feel as though you are really picking up on them in a significant way. So you could just be feeling other people's energies and the heaviness around you, or you're watching disparity, oppression, inequality. There's something very concerning here going on. Even if you came to this reading hoping to hear something about a relationship, this could be something you're witnessing, an energy running through the course of your relationship. Okay, so I'm going to work backwards actually from what I got, which I believe is also a message for you. There might be something that you need to work backwards on in order for you to see the full picture. But what came through last was the song MGMT by Kids, or I don't know if it's Kids and the song's MGMT. I don't really know. You'll know the song. It's very popular. I've never looked at the lyrics. I never watched the video, but I felt very guided to. It's that song, Control Yourself, Take Only What You Need from It. That song. So I went and I looked at the lyrics, and then the next line is, a family of trees wanting to be haunted. So I thought, okay, this is an interesting kind of song to come through, a message. Maybe something's going on with your shadow and childhood and stuff like that. But then Spirit said, watch the video. And the video really, there was a strange energy around it for this reading. Like, I'm not saying in general, right? In general, like, I may come across that video in a few weeks from now and not have any feelings about it whatsoever. But just in this reading, in the context of your energy, it felt very disturbing to me. And it's maybe something you could watch if you feel guided, if this video reading resonates with you. I also chose some cards that are a little bit I want to say they get to the point, although I'm not really sure if that's true. Okay, so there could be something here where you want to get to the point to something, you want to get down to something, but somebody's not giving you the truth. It felt to me like in that music video that I watched, there was a lot of metaphors. There was a lot of subliminal messaging, I believe. And when I wrote down subliminal messages, and then I heard what's worse. When you know what somebody is saying and it's harsh and it's maybe cold, or when they're sugarcoating it and covering it up and acting like they're not saying something that is actually pretty destructive. Okay, so somebody around you could be all smiles, all love and light, all whatever, but underneath it, there's a rotten core, I'm hearing. I don't know, man. This is, again, not for everyone. this doesn't resonate with you, you don't like this vibe, I get it. You could check out your other placements. Gemini's reading yesterday was like completely different energy. So please allow yourself to explore different energies other than this intensity of what you're going through too, or what you're witnessing. It feels more like you're witnessing something, because the first thing I got, okay, now, yeah, we're going backwards. The first thing I got was the inward facing clock ticks softly while the outside tower rings loudly. So that felt to me like your internal clock, your internal guidance system, your experience right now, it's actually, I don't know if I'd say it's pretty chill, but it's not alarming. There's patience. There's a little bit of predictability. There's comfort. There's wisdom. Okay, it's a softly ticking clock that is in alignment with your heartbeat. Okay, so time and Saturn are in alignment with you right now. So there's a lot coming through about you managing things properly. MGMT, it's some management, right? You're managing things properly, but outside of yourself, it's like there's a tower, a clock tower, and it's ringing the alarm, ringing the bell, and it's so loud, and it may be disturbing your internal system, is what I'm saying. So I feel Spirit saying there's a need to recognize the disparity between outside energies and how intense they are, and how the word disturbing keeps coming through, disturbing they might be to you, versus your own internal system. Don't let go of that familiarity you have with your soft ticking clock that keeps your time, that keeps your rhythm. Okay, your life is running on your time, not outward time. Okay, I don't know why this is all coming through. I hope it makes sense. I trust that it will reach whoever it needs to. And then yesterday, after I finished Gemini's reading, we concluded the book where I get the message, where I write down the messages, and we started a new book for you, with you kicking it off. So you were a leader. And yesterday, before I really channeled into that energy heavily, I got for you about time for you to lead the pack, Aquarius. And then I closed the book and I left it and came back today, and the energy had changed significantly. So I feel like you are taking leadership in a particular environment. However, it feels like the energies you are leading have a lot of shadow, have a lot of darkness, or maybe you're transmuting those energies. You could be doing energy work, spiritual work, psychological work, artistic work. I don't know, you're transmuting some energy, and maybe their alarm bells are going off. They're having tower moments, and Spirit's really saying to protect your energy so as to not let it disturb you. Now, the other thing with that message is, in order for you to differentiate yourself from the out of sync time and world around you, or people who are not in alignment and so forth and so on, you need to know your own shadow. And there's something coming through about your shadow wanting control. So don't be subliminal about it. You know, if you want something to go a certain way, there's a certain kind of force and authority you can embody. This doesn't have to be egoic. It's just like stand in your authority when you need to. Some of you need to drop a smile or two and be real stern with someone, because I feel like there's a little bit of a boundary pusher here, a line crosser in your field. So much going on. That song is just, I don't know, even the sound of it, the video, there's something there for someone. I just know it. Okay, so let's get into your cards and see what else comes through for you, Aquarius. Just gonna clear the energy a little bit, because this is intense, it is heavy. And typically with who I am, my personality, I would tell you, you know, don't worry about the world outside of you. And that message is here. Your perspective does control a lot of your experience, but it's like Spirit's getting me to sit into the gravity of the disturbance that you're feeling. Like, this isn't something you can just bippity boppity boo and it's all clear and you're fine, ring a bell and you're done. No, this is really not cool. It feels like the world, people, you have been exposed to some horrific or some brutal truth, and perhaps no one's paying attention to it anymore. Okay, this could even be in a relationship dynamic. Some truth came out, some revelation, you discovered something, but people just want to gloss over it, smooth over it. I'm seeing peanut butter. It's like crunchy peanut butter someone's trying to smooth. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing elephants, peanuts, elephants, wisdom, knowledge, memory. Okay, you have a memory of something that you cannot forget. And I don't think you should forget it because someone else wants you to forget it or wants a bunch of people to forget it. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. All right, if you feel guided. Okay, so let's get into your reading, Aquarius. My dear, beautiful, powerful, brave Aquarius, willing to look at the light and the dark, willing to see the disturbance and not ignore it, not close your eyes to it, not spiritually bypass, not act like something isn't happening, but rather to face it and ask questions about it. What is this that I'm feeling? What is this that I'm looking at? That's you. And that is why you're a leader. Leaders need to ask those questions. Otherwise, they lead people to the slaughter, right? The road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? That's not you. Okay? I mean, you're not going to lead people into hell. Whoa. What's going on? These are all metaphors, but it sounds very hyperbolic, I see. Okay, Aquarius. Spirit. We got this. Let's see. Knowledge. Yes. See, others are closing their eyes and you are seeing. There's some ignorance around you and it's disturbing you. Now with this, her hand, well, it's like the universe's hands over your eyes. I also feel like this is Spirit saying, listen to your internal clock. The inward facing clock ticks softly while the outside tower rings loudly. Okay, so come back to yourself when you need some more self-care for sure. 3 moons from now, something could happen that's significant for you. Or I also feel like you've been kind of warning people or trying to show people what's coming up. And then I keep getting this other relationships in reverse at the bottom. I keep getting this other message where, and it's not for all of you, but some Aquarian energies here, you're working with other people and you're encountering their shadow and you need to bring a little bit of your own shadow into the dynamic, just as a way to protect yourself. Okay. It's like, it's like the shadow part of you that you've integrated, the shadow part of you that says like, this is where I draw the line. Okay. There's a more forceful part of you that wants to come forward and really make a statement, claim, like say enough, like I'm not, no. I feel like this message has come through for you before about where you need to say no. Some of you have already made that claim. I don't know why it's coming through with the word claim, but you've said no. You shall not cross, this is not happening. Or if you have a client or something like that, or friends or family around you, you're telling them straight up, well, actually, maybe you want to think about this problem you haven't been facing. And it's confrontational, which is a hard thing to do because the person might react negatively, but there's something like they came to you to hear this. Whether they know it or not, I'm getting. Okay, now this is a general reading. You take what resonates, use your own intuition, trust your own guidance. Yeah. And now you're seeing other people out in the world, for those of you who have already done that, just saying yes to everything. And there needs to be a hard no. This hard no against something that is wrong. I wrote down something is very wrong. Something very wrong is going on and no one is paying attention. Even people could be celebrating something wrong that's going on, or someone, they're enjoying it or something. They're not seeing what's happening. this no is the soft Saturn. Okay, it's not Saturn punishing people, it's Saturn saying no. Okay, I don't know where we're going here. Okay, let's see, Spirit. Let's see. So I'm using the Soul Mirror Oracle, Desert Rites Oracle, the Mio M Tarot, and Lucid Living Dreaming Oracle. Maybe I won't use that. I don't know. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Okay, let's see. Energies in support of Aquarius. What is the energy that Aquarius is working with that is supporting them right now? I want to tell you this too, Aquarius. I'm not saying there aren't enjoyable things going on in your life. Okay, this is just a channel of energy that I'm tapping into. That Spirit saying, okay, Andy, which is my name, and Andy can talk about this with the Aquarian Collective, who's going to come and watch the reading. Okay, there's other things to tap into. There's other energies going on in your life for sure. But Spirit's saying, let's do this energy today. Let's talk about this. This needs to be talked about. Okay, so it's not that this is necessarily more important than the good things or the more celebratory or the more optimistic things that are going on in your life. It's just that I'm the one tapping into it, okay? So, yeah, Spirit is also encouraging you to listen to other readings from other readers, or maybe other readings on this channel, whatever you want, that balance out some of this heaviness. Isolation, the energy supporting you. Now, it did fall out in reverse, but let's see. Isolating yourself from this energy. I could see how that would support you. Maybe you want to get in there and do something about it, or you're arguing with people. Don't you see? Don't you see what's going on? And that song, right? It's so catchy. And it's maybe something that you dance around to, or, chill out. It's in the background, or it sounds like a song that might be playing on the radio in a mall or something like that, or in the grocery store. But really, when you watch the music video, it's dark. And it's like people aren't paying attention. It's just going into their subconscious mind without realizing it. And I feel like this is what you see. The energy challenging you. Expansion. Clearing. You need a clearing. You definitely need a clearing. Okay, yes, let's use the Lucid Dreaming, Lucid Living, that's it, Oracle deck. Tell me more about the isolation for Aquarius as the supportive energy. Dream body. This feels like protecting your energy. Dream body. Number 18, which is the moon. Now, this supportive energy that you're working with, isolating yourself, might feel difficult, but it is a support of you. It's keeping you energetically pure, I even want to say. I don't even know how you would characterize such a thing, but this is what I'm hearing. Energetically pure, or able to look at the bigger picture. So I feel like this is actually very specific. Spirit's coming through saying, like, when there's certain instances, boundaries that need to be made, no's that need to be said, you physically need to remove yourself here from some situations, or you need to spend some time alone after something or before something, really tapping back into your own energy field, into your own internal clock, the inward facing clock that's connected with the dream world, the dream body. The dream body is the body of imagination, of manifestation. It's this place that stores all memory and emotions. It's a place where you can transmute things too. Okay, so let's see the challenge. We have animal guides and awake. Oh, were there animals? Yeah, there were like some scary creature and the wolf. Yeah, in that music video there was a wolf. And I just did a members only reading that was about the big bad wolf. So if you're a member, you might want to watch that. Check that out if you haven't already. I don't do members, like membership on this channel is, I mean, whatever, you can check it out. I don't really frequently post there. It's just a little extra way to support the channel, but sometimes I feel guided to. But that's not the point here. It's just reminding me the big bad wolf, which was about your inner big bad wolf. Animal guides and awake. And in that music video, there was a wolf character, and it was disturbing, that wolf character. Hold on a second. Animal guides. The challenge. Some of you should work with animals more. Maybe that's a little bit of your expansion that you need to incorporate. Animal medicine. There could also be some animal cruelty that you're witnessing. Or people taking on animal archetypes and twisting them. It's, ooh, what is that? That's never come through. I'm seeing someone work with animal spirits, animal energy, but like using them, that energy in a dark way, in like a nefarious way. I don't think that's going to bode well for them in the spirit realm. I don't know what this is. It's Aquarius energy, right? You always show me something different. Awake. Well, you're awake here to something, but it's challenged because you're awake and others are sleeping. Others have their eyes closed. Okay. Now, the animal spirits and animal guides you do come across, I want to tell you, Aquarius, that they are showing you something. You may see people misusing spirituality or some spiritual concepts or spiritual practices. Okay, and that could be bothering you because you're so connected to the spirit world. Tell me about, give me one more here for the supportive energy with the dream body and isolation. One more, spirit, and then we'll get into the tarot. No, just one. One more. I'm hearing opening. There's an opening. For some of you, it's this is like maybe an extra message. It's in a certain cafe, a job, a store, a job, somewhere you could go and read your book. I don't know. There's an opening somewhere. Sleep paralysis, number 13, with dream body. Whoa, the division between the outer and the inner, external, internal. I know all are one in all of this, but there is something very strange going on here, where spirit wants you to make a distinction between yourself and others. Sleep paralysis, is that something you're experiencing, or did you when you were younger? Oh man, I had so many encounters with sleep paralysis. Number 13. Actually, let me read sleep paralysis, if you will allow me, and then I'll get into the tarot. I feel like there's something more here I'm not going to pick up on my own. So let's see. Let's just read a little bit of this. Let's see. Do they have the message? I'm just seeing this line here. Fear is your worst enemy in dreams. For example, have you ever had a dream in which you were fighting and found that your voice started to fail you? The more you yelled out, the weaker your voice got until you had no voice at all. That which you resist in dreams persists. The more you run from the monster, oh my goodness, the more you run from the monster you fear, the bigger it will get. And that video opened with, the Nietzsche quote about fighting monsters. Be careful when fighting monsters, lest you become one yourself. This is why the distinction is so important, but not running from it either, not pretending like something isn't happening. So you're not going to go into a paralysis, a sleep paralysis. You're awake. Okay. It says, confusion, powerlessness, and restriction are all themes you are currently grappling with. Realize that you are standing at the edge of what you have known yourself to be. You have the chance to become something bigger, but you have to let go of the self-inflicted limitations and fears that keep you small. Great power is awaiting you, but to grasp it, you must be willing to overcome the anxieties that are holding you down. And I feel like what you're witnessing, this disturbance out in the world, is becoming somewhat of a limitation, because how can you expand in such a environment, in such an energetic field? There's a fear of maybe getting swallowed up by this monster that you're seeing out there, or the monster you're engaging with. But this is why I said your shadow needs to come through too. Not so you become a monster yourself, but so that you know that you do not need to fear the monster. Okay? You can still expand despite it being there. And there is something you're like shouting out, maybe into the abyss, into the void, and like it feels like no one's listening. Okay, this is like... I kind of like egoically, like my conscious ego mind wants to really lighten this message up, but I don't feel like I can. Okay. But that's exactly what you're fighting against. It's like somebody else or somebody, what can I say to make this all better? And we can just like, go about our day. And Spirit's like, what? No, look at what's going on. And you're stronger than most. 3 more. 2 and 3 for Aquarius. What do they need to hear about all this? What's good for their highest good, the highest good of all? Show me, Spirit. Knight of Swords for your overall energy. Yelling out into the abyss, into the void. Hello, hello. Can anybody see what I'm seeing? There's some mixed messages that you're witnessing, that you're watching. Okay, or contradictions, paradoxes even. Irony, hypocrisy, all of those things. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Knight of Swords, you're calling out, you're saying, what's going on here? I need to do something. I need to say something. I see everything. Like it's almost this energy of like things are spiraling. I need to take some kind of swift mental action. Like I need to rectify this in my mind, or help change other people's perspectives, or communicate what I know to be true, something like this. But it's like I'm hearing you can't wake the living dead. Five of Hearts and King of Hearts. These are pentacles in this deck. 5 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Somebody is maybe just concerned with security, comfortability, okay, familiarity. They want to just keep going, same old, even though everything's changing. Somebody is making a bad investment here. It could even be in the way that they're envisioning their future, or the way they're working with the energy. The Devil at the bottom. This is somebody really giving some spiritual wealth. All right, you want to follow? Spiritual wealth up so that they can gain some kind of material security. 4 of Hearts. They have a limited vision for the future, and I feel like this is what you're coming in to say something about. Now, this could be a little bit of a greedy energy, not sharing. Like, look at this. Somebody's full of hearts here, 4 of Hearts, and another person's empty, and they won't share, and they could. There's disparity, inequality that's going on. It's, for some of you, it's in a relationship. And it would be not hard, the magician, the lover, for someone, the sun, for someone to give more support, to give more knowledge and wisdom, to share something, but they won't. It's disturbing you. It's like, wake up. I hear you saying, wake up. Okay? Page of Swords for what you don't see coming. Well, this is either you seeing something additional to what you've already seen, or perhaps people waking up and you don't see it coming. So let's see. Tell me about this Page of Swords, Spirit, for what Aquarius doesn't see coming. Gaining more information. I'm hearing to help you make a decision, okay? And other people, perhaps. Seven of Cups. Seeing the confusion, seeing the illusion. Okay, so what you don't, sorry if you hear my stomach growling, what you don't see coming is somebody else or yourself understanding the depth of the illusion and the confusion. I've said can you tell me about the somebody else, whoever that is, if group or individual? What's their energy? King of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay, two more. Nine of Hearts, Queen of Wands. I'm hearing, sadly, this is somebody who has a lot of potential, like mental energy, but they turn their energy against themselves, I'm hearing. I don't know how this relates to the other message. I'm just going to say what I'm getting. Yeah, Nine of Hearts, Nine of Swords, Queen of Wands. This is somebody who feels like they need something. They need someone else, or they need support, or they need governance, or they need like a very defined ritual practice or something. Like they need some kind of structure and help in order to survive and be free. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is somebody who has taken off their crown, taken off their inner power, like given away their inner power. Okay, they've agreed to some kind of disempowerment, some disempowering kind of dynamic or situation. Could even be with their shadow, you know. They've decided to relinquish some authority here in their own spiritual path, in their own life, and look to someone else to give them access to abundance or sovereignty in some way. There's some kind of illusion here. So, I mean, to break this down in a more concrete way, this could be somebody who goes to someone else because they think that they're going to be the bee's knees and give them everything they need that they can't do for themselves, and that's just an illusion. It could be that simple. It could be someone getting a loan when they don't need to get a loan. You know, it could be very simple how this message is coming through. But I feel like it could also be quite complex. It could be somebody who's succumbing to a shadow force, making a so-called deal with the devil in order to feel safe and secure, but they're just riddled with anxiety because of it. It could be a group of people who are giving up their freedoms, you know, something like that. So your opportunity is the world. This is your inner world, your inner light, your portal inside, your clock inside, ticking softly. Mastery. You have mastery in your vision and in your wisdom around time. I'm hearing around time. You've mastered something around time. You should do some reading about Saturn. I think that might be beneficial for you. Okay, so let's see. The world. King of Hearts. Well, that's not enough, though. There's got to be something more to that. Tell me. The return, sharing the light. I feel like Spirit's saying to be practical, reasonable, truthful, honest with yourself about what you're witnessing. Don't let other people gaslight you or sugarcoat things and make it feel like it's not actually happening when you know it is. It's disturbing and it's happening, and you're right. And someone else would rather you and others ignore the whole situation. That said, there is also a clear distinction between your inner world, your inner light, your energy, and that which you're witnessing. So while it is affecting you, there is also an opportunity here to flip the coin and experience the other side of this energy, or the other side of life, where the light returns, where people are kind-hearted, where they're sharing support, they're sharing their hearts. And this is really where your role is as a leader. However, in order to flip the coin and go on that plane, like I'm seeing it like a plane of energy, a plane of existence, here's the shit. Here's the shit realm that we're looking at, right? And it's like you're going to flip it and be like, okay, well, I see a different future. I see a different relationship. I see a different life path, a different job, a different world, whatever it is. But in order to do that, you need to know what's underneath in the shadow realm, which you do know now. Okay, so your vision and your ability to see all of this and to be awake is not here to destroy you and to make you feel despair and that you can't expand or that you can't connect with anyone. It's to give you more knowledge and wisdom so that when you do flip the table, when you do flip the coin and you build your own world of sharing the light and returning to a kind place of the heart, you'll know what you're working with, the forces of light and dark, what's underneath, what's hidden. I hope that makes sense. This is real mystic shit here. I'm sorry for the S-bombs. I don't usually do that at all, but I guess this energy calls for it. Okay, so the challenge here is the Wheel of Fortune. This looks like the Seraphim. The Wheel of Fortune. There's someone that you used to listen to a long time ago and you stopped listening to them. You could go back and listen to something they have to say. Maybe this is a reader, somebody that online that you used to, or someone you used to read, or a friend you used to listen to, or music you used to listen to. They have a message for you, okay? Wheel of Fortune flying out of my hand, the Seraphim. Yeah, I think something is... with this outer world is a little bit out of your hand. As much as you would like to control it, change it, do something about it, rather than doing that, create something new in its place. And that will help transmute the energy. Wheel of Fortune, a change for you, a new cycle, guided. That's the challenge. And I feel like the challenge is to move into that and to see it despite all this going on, the cycle, right? Above, so below energy coming through here too. Page of Hearts, Page of Cups. Yes, softening Saturn. There's an opportunity here that's difficult to take because of what you're seeing out there. But the opportunity is to be in a position in your life where your heart can be open and you don't have to be fearful of someone stomping all over it. Okay, some of you are going to protect a child or protect children in some way. Queen of Cups, yeah. Or your inner child. Some of you and your child are going to change your entire life. Okay, that's a particular message for someone. So your advice is the King of Cups. Let me go back to the King of Hearts here. Because when it came out, I was also thinking King of Cups, even though it's the King of Pentacles. The return, sharing the light. Well, the King of Pentacles can be very wealth-focused, right? This was the opportunity. Can be very wealth-focused, very security-oriented, very stable, and a bore and a snorer, or just kind of self-centered in the shadow. But in the light, the King of Hearts can teach others how to build success for themselves too, to lead others to a place of stability. Okay, I just wanted to say that. King of Cups as the guidance. This reminds me of the isolation card. Let's see. I feel like this is you holding this energy we're talking about out there that disturbs you at a distance, right? Like, hold it out. Like, I can see what this is, but I don't have to look at it forever. Be careful when staring into the abyss, you don't fall into it too, right? When fighting monsters, be careful you don't become one yourself. So it's like, when you stare long enough into the abyss stares back at you. Hold on a second. What are we saying here? Enough with all that. Let's get down to it. What are we saying? I feel like that's the energy you have too. The devil, yeah. Keeping something at bay doesn't mean that you're going unconscious of it. Justice. It just means you're learning how to balance the energy. Okay? So the devil doesn't mind you getting obsessed with it at all. It would like that. Devil doesn't mind you spending all your time figuring out how you can destroy it. Doesn't mind that. What the devil is scared of, the devil energy, is that you decide that you're going to create a new world, a new paradigm that doesn't rely on this energy, but is knowledgeable of it. The devil is scared of you figuring out a way to live in balance and the Fool, and be on a new path and introduce some new energy into the world where the devil energy just becomes insignificant. All the things that the devil represents, just like, that's boring, that's old. That's what the devil fears. And I feel like that's your advice, is to start a new paradigm, to start a new world, start a new chapter, start a new relationship, start a new job, start a new life, start a new philosophy, perspective, group, whatever it is that you're doing. Light, bring that energy into the world, but still remain conscious of the dark, so that when you need to talk about it, or you need to lay down a boundary, or you need to discuss it in some way, you can, and it doesn't disrupt your light at all. Okay, the outcome. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. I have no idea where we're going to go. If you feel guided, you're welcome to come. The link is in the description box below. If you don't feel guided, or you don't want to, you can't, whatever, then trust Spirit already knew that. You got all the messages you needed right here. Your outcome is the Page of Wands. Oh, animal spirits. What is this? What kind of animal is that? Is that a deer? I think so. I mean, but it's got like these growing horns, right? They're not full yet. Interesting image. Okay, Page of Wands. Maybe you want to meditate on deer or stags, like it's growing into a stag, into wisdom. So that's the outcome, Page of Wands. Maybe this is you showing others how to grow their own horns, how to be their own light, how to discern, how to fight the dark while not getting consumed by it. Let's see the outcome. Two of Cups. Some of you are reuniting here. This could be with a sibling, a child. Reuniting. Temperance. There's a coming together of two different energies here. I don't know why this and other energies of Page. Five of Hearts. Somebody who actually kind of needs your help, and you're going to give it to them. You're going to lead somebody. This is part of the alchemical process, the Magician. Yes, it is. Okay, so this could be in a group of people. It could be one person you're mentoring. I don't know, or someone younger than you, someone who needs your help and support. Some of you should think about working with children. I'm hearing Reiki and children. I don't know, maybe you want to think about that. But there's something here you are transmuting, you are doing for the world vis-a-vis this relationship. All right, Aquarius, what a message. Holy cow, holy smokes. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.